Okay guys, let's go ahead and do some treatment on these little ornaments. I just went ahead, oh, forgot this one. I just went ahead and pulled off the tops, and we'll do something with those later. Now, let's just give this a try. This is a nutmeg satin, okay, from Rust-Oleum. Let's give this a try, and then we can decide what we want to do. We have different options for the what we want to put on top. We've got flour, we've got cornstarch, we've got, I don't care if I get this sheet dirty underneath, or painted on. We've got baking soda, we've got salt, which I don't know, I feel like that would eat into it. It might give it an interesting texture. Now these already have a pretty nice texture. Most of them have got something on them, you know, some sort of little designs. Let's give them just a little shake around. And this is basically just to cover up that gold and silver. Is all we're doing right now. We're just kind of giving it a base coat so we don't necessarily see the gold and silver shining through, just because I'm not sure if I want any of that. We could go ahead and put some over the top. If we do, we could dab some on. Okay guys, so I went ahead and sprayed these to kind of give them a base coat. Now I'm just spraying a little dab on and just putting them over the flour mixture that I've got. It's got a little bit of cinnamon in it, and I'm just coating them, and we'll let these dry and brush them off and see what we've got. This is really a nice tried and true method. Let's do a few of these diamond shaped ones and see what the salt does, okay? So that's with the salt. We'll see how that dries though. It might have some like sort of chemical reaction to the paint. Okay, so that's with the salt. Okay, so we have a base of this tan color. Let's go ahead and take our green. I just got this. It is camouflage flat army green. And it's a Rust-Oleum. So let's go ahead and we'll do a few in this, and let's try to just use the cornstarch on these and see what we think. We'll have to let them dry and we'll have to brush them off. I'm just wondering, you know, about the different products and what effect they'll have on it. So let's go ahead and play a little bit around with that. And if you want to, you can pat it down a little bit on here to really get it into the crevices. Or you can just sprinkle it on. Okay guys, here's what we got so far. Okay, so the tan ones have the salt on them. They're still drying. The lighter green ones look like little snowballs. They have got the cornstarch. We're letting them dry good. I just painted the ones with the swirlies green, and we're gonna let's do some rub and buff on those. So I painted just the plain ones, the smooth ones, a cream color, and then rolled them in. It was kind of a variation of stuff by that point, mostly flour. And we're gonna let those dry, okay? All right, let's go ahead and take these green ones and do a little rub and buff and see what we can, if we can bring out the ridges, because those kind of had swirlies in them. Okay, while those others are drying, let's go ahead and take these off the skewer. Now this was just a green paint that I got at Walmart. Let me see, hold on. It was, oh, this is a semi-gloss, so see, it's a little shinier. Hunter green. Okay, so we've got the antique gold, we've got ebony, gold leaf, and the silver. Let's see what this silver leaf looks like. I'm just going to put a little bit on my cloth and try not to be too heavy-handed. Let me pop it in a skewer. Oh, it picks up the color really, really cool. I mean, not the color, the texture of the ornament. It's kind of neat. This rub and buff, you guys, is such cool stuff. I love it. A little goes a long way. All right. Yeah, I kind of like that. And then that way, this will, we'll be able to use our, I've got some old silver like goblets. Oh, I don't know how old they are, but they look old. And I've got some old silver trays. So I'd like to incorporate them somehow in there if I can. Into the kitchen and the, you know, the entryway. Okay, well, you can see the green. And it's picking up those swirls in the ornament really nicely. And we've talked several times about texture, and I think that that really adds a lot to your decor if you can do some nice mixture of textures, especially in the winter. You know, it's well, if you're where we're at, it gets cold, and you want to feel cozy and comfy. And something about having some nice textures makes that seem more cozy. Here's a little spot where the paint came off, but that's okay. You can kind of see the gold underneath, but I don't think it was quite dry there. We'll just dab it a little bit. Yeah, I think these are looking neat. Alrighty, we got those done. Those look nice. And like I said, we'll do the tops later. All right, let's look at, see, let's check out and see if the salt ones are dry, if any of the salt actually stays on. So, looks like I got some flour or something on them. I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, they're not bad. I mean, it gave them a little texture. Okay. So here's the green ones with these. We'll put them all together when we're done. All right, so here's the ones that had the salt. Okay, here's the ones that we painted the lighter color of green, and then we did the cornstarch. So let's brush the cornstarch off. I think they're dry, and see what we've got. Definitely a lighter, you know, a nice lighter green than those others we did. And this is just that, also that Rust-Oleum paint. It wasn't called sage, but it almost looked sagey. Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead and take a dab of brown paint on these. I like them, but they are a little too shiny for what I'm going for. You know, I'm going for that rustic look. Now, this is just some old brown paint. Cracker Barrel. Apple Barrel paint. You could water it down if you wanted. It's literally into the tube here, or into the bottle. I'm just got a little bit on my rag, and I'm just gonna kind of wipe it on, wipe it off type deal. You could water it down if you needed to, but yeah, I'm just thinking, I love the silver, and in its place it's perfect, but, and I want it, I want you to be able to see the silver shining through, but I don't want it so so in our faces, because I really want this to be very rustic. And I'm just trying to think, or you know, like Woodland, and I'm trying to think with all the colors that I use, I'm trying to think of, would I see this in nature? Now granted, you can take some, you know, artistic license, but to some degree I want to be able to say yes. Here's these were the green. Flat army green. And these are with the cornstarch on them. Those are cute. See, I feel like those go a little more. The silver was a little too bright, so I think those go a little more. Okay, so we've got these, and then we have the ones we did with the salt. Okay, so I don't feel too bad about that combo. Here's the last ones we did. Let's pull some of these off. These were, they were laying there when I was doing the green and the tan paint, so you might see some of that peeking through, but I don't mind. And this was just, it was basically the flour mixture, but it had, like I said, it probably has some salt in it, probably has some cornstarch in it. Yeah, I like that combo. Okay. Okay, guys. So here are our bulbs that we got finished up today. I just put them in a little dough bowl I've had for a while, and just cut some greenery off of an old swag I had and stuck in there. Now, let's see. So, the ones in the middle, the green ones, the dark green ones, remember we put the silver rub and buff on, and then we kind of went over them with some brown because they were too shiny. And then these brownish gold ones, we just did a layer of spray paint and then covered them in salt and shook it off. I haven't put a sealer on any of these, so you know, you could if you wanted to. The little striped ones were kind of like a sage green paint and cornstarch. Okay, and then just the cream color ones, they kind of got a mixture actually of things. So it was mainly flour, but you can see, you know, there's you can tell there's probably some salt on there, something to make it stand out a little bit. So yeah, overall I'm really happy with these. All right guys, so that is a good start on getting things together and getting in gear for decorating the woodland part of the house. And I will get back to you soon with another ornament DIY. I had collected a bunch of bark from just fallen limbs and stuff in the yard, and I'm going to try to cover some of these plastic ornaments in bark. So we'll do that next, okay? All right, it's a Modern Day Nana. I will see you guys really soon. Bye. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.